So, hi guys, this is Varshit. Welcome to my channel. I've written my GATE exam this year and I secured an All India rank of 403 in it. And I have admitted into IIT Kanpur Computer Science program this year. And let's not waste any time and dive into the video. So, first of all, let's see what is GATE exam. What is this exam people keep talking about? So, just to let you know, the full form of GATE is Graduate Aptitude Test in Engineering. It has many benefits preparing and appearing GATE exam. Some of them are: the first one is, if you wish to pursue higher education in India, in IITs and or NITs, this is the best pathway to you. Like if you secure good marks, you will get into top IITs like IIT Bombay, IIT Madras, IIT Kanpur, and NITs as well, NIT Trichy, NIT Warangal, and IIC Bangalore. You could either pursue your MTech, or if you wish to, like if you are very much interested in research, you could also do MS by research there. They call it MSR. Okay, IISc is one of the finest institutes for research in India. You could go with anything. Like MTech is a 2-year program, whereas MS is a variable program. It varies between 1.5 to 3 years. If you wish to pursue your higher education, GATE is the best option in India. And the second thing is, if you want to secure a government job or so-called PSUs, GATE is the best way. Every PSU opens, like it shows vacancies for graduates every year, and they recruit through GATE all the time. Like most of the PSUs, like ISRO, DRDO, BARC, GALE, there are a lot of PSUs out there, somewhere around 10 to 15 PSUs. So if you wish to get into those PSUs, GATE is your first step. Like if you qualify for GATE, the PSUs will either shortlist you for an interview, or they could be direct posting. I don't think no PSU will give you direct posting, or there'll be some people like who treat GATE as a backup and they'll be preparing for placements. So GATE preparation will help you guys as well, like in this way. So in GATE you will study subjects like OS, DBMS, and COA. In most of the interviews, the subjective questions come from these three concepts only. So if you study these three concepts well in your GATE preparation, you will be easily able to crack that part of the interview, like the subjective question part, and they'll be even asked in online assessments as well. So those are the benefits of writing GATE exam, like your career opportunities. So coming to the paper pattern, uh, GATE exam consists of 65 questions for 100 marks. Okay, and out of which 35 questions are 2-mark questions and 30 questions are 1-mark question. So there are 3 different kinds of questions asked. The first one is MCQ, in which you will be given 4 options and you have to select one correct answer for that. And coming to MSQs, you will be given 4 options. You have to choose one or more correct answers the best possible way. And NATs are questions for which you have to answer it using numbers. Like you will be given a virtual keyboard there with numbers and the negative symbol and a dot there. So let me give an example. For NATs, the answers could be like 1.56, -2, -3, 3.01, etc., etc. So coming to the marking scheme of these, you will have both 1-mark and 2-mark MCQs. The good thing here is you will have only negative marking for MCQs. There will be no negative marking for MSQs and NATs. If you like make mistake in a 1-mark MCQ, -1/3 will be detected, or 0.33. If you make mistake in a 2-mark, it will be 0.66. Even if you make mistakes in MSQs and NATs, there will be no negative marking. So it's like a bit of advantage. You could, even if you have a small doubt, you need not hesitate to answer that question. It's not risky to answer those questions. So yes, that's the marking scheme, and the duration of the exam is 3 hours. So yes, coming back to the syllabus, GATE exam consists of 10 syllabus, the first one being mathematics. Okay, this section, engineering mathematics, is a bit easier. You'll get it for 13 marks. You'll get it for 13 marks, around 13. Sometimes it could vary, 1-2 marks. You contain topics like discrete mathematics, linear algebra, calculus, and probability and statistics. Discrete mathematics is all about logic. I guess you have learned about logic in your intermediate and in your BTech as well. It's all about logic, sets and relations, functions, combinatorics, and even permutations and combinations, command or combinatorics, and recurrence relations as well. It is discrete mathematics is an easy part, and it also consists of graphs, which also comes in DSA. So graphs is an important concept in discrete mathematics. I'm not saying like rest of all are not important, all are equally important, but if you focus well on graphs, you could complete both the graph portion in discrete mathematics as well as in data structures. That's what I'm trying to say. And coming to linear algebra is all about matrices, properties of matrices, and stuff you do with matrices. It is an easy subject most of the time. And coming to calculus, it's basic intermediate level. If you did well mathematics in your intermediate, you will be able to complete this section easily. And coming to probability and statistics, it is also limited to intermediate syllabus. Like whatever you learned in your intermediate, again you should learn it again for this. So yes, the next subject is digital logic, and some even call it as digital logic design. It is all about logic gates and circuits made using logic gates, etc., etc. And this is an easy subject. I'll mark it as easy. You will get somewhere around 5 to 8 marks. You see, weightage of each subject is not fixed. I'm telling the range in which how many marks could come from this subject. That's all. And the third subject is computer organization and architecture. It is nothing but it is all about the architecture of various components like processor, memory, ALU, and how data flows through the computer, the control signals, all that. Okay, this is a big misconception in GATE exam. Most of them treat this subject as a hard subject, but personally it is an easy subject. Syllabus completion is different to problem solving. Most of the questions from COA are basic mathematic problems. You see, you'll get to know whenever you prepare and give tests or assignments on this, but for now I could say that it is an easy subject, basic mathematics problems. Or let's treat it as hard, or I could say a lengthy subject. Coming to programming and data structure, it is again an easy subject. You will get all of the subject questions are about they'll give you a C code and they'll ask you output, or they could be giving you an uncompleted code and tell to complete it. And coming to questions like stacks, queues, and it is all about your understanding, how well you understood the applications of stacks and all. And algorithms is also an easy subject, or maybe medium. I'll give it a mid-level review. See, algorithms, coming to algorithms, there are many searching algorithms, sorting algorithms, and complexity. They will get questions about complexity. They'll give you some recurrence relations and they'll ask you the time complexity of this, or they might give you a code and ask you what the time complexity is. And again, you might even get some questions from traversals, graphs. MST is a very interesting concept, and there's a 90% chance that you'll get a question from MSTs and graphs, as I've said earlier. And there are also some very good algorithms like dynamic programming, greedy techniques, and divide and conquer you might get questions from. So this section, I don't remember the exact weightage. Somewhere you'll get 15 to 20 marks if I'm not wrong, from both DSA and programming. And coming to theory of computation, it is also an easy subject. It is all about finite state machines, context free grammars, languages, etc., etc. It is an easy subject. You will get around 5 marks from it, this subject. And coming to the next subject, compiler design. Compiler design is nothing but just an extension to theory of computation. Compiler design is everything about whenever your computer runs a program, like what happens internally. If you consider a C program, if you run a C program, what happens from when you press the run button to get till when you get the output. That is all about compiler design. I'll treat this subject as medium, and it 2 to 5 marks this subject weightage could be, and this is a medium level subject. Most of the questions come from the first two topics, lexical analysis and parsing, and syntax directed translation. And I'm not saying that you should not touch these concepts, the rest, but most of the questions come from the first three topics itself. So the next subject is operating systems. This is a very interesting subject actually. This is a mid-level subject, and you'll get somewhere around 8 marks, 5 to 8 or 8 marks from this subject. It is all about your operating system, which is heart of your computer. Like what are the functions of computing operating system, what does it do, how does it solve problems, etc., etc. You'll get some mid-level questions from this. There will be easy questions as well. And all over, if we see the subject with a broad overview, this is a mid-level subject. Coming to databases, it is also a mid-level subject as well. Easy to medium, I'll treat this as easy to medium. This is all about handling data. Like database management system is nothing but a system which is used to handle, store, retrieve data in an efficient manner. And SQL is you will get at least one question from SQL, structured querying languages. And DBMS is a good subject. I guess it'll be a 5 marks, 5 to 8, sorry. To 8 marks. This is a very good subject if you learn good enough. And the next subject is computer networks. I'll mark this as lengthy. I don't say any subject is hard. This is a very lengthy subject. As you could see, there are many sub-concepts in this. You'll generally get somewhere around 10 marks from computer networks, as the syllabus is too big. It is all about the layers, OSI model, and the functions of each layer. That's it. If you complete all this is a very lengthy subject. It's not this subject is hard, this subject is easy. It all depends upon how many topics are there in a subject. And this is a lengthy subject, and most of the questions come from IP addressing and routing algorithms. There is no such topic that we could say we'll get a question from this topic compulsorily. It's not like that. Questions could be asked from any topic, but these are some of the important concepts you might want to recheck again. And the support protocols and application layer protocols. So this is all about the syllabus. Coming to the dates, GATE exam will be conducted in the first or second week of February every year. And the computer science will be held mostly in the first day itself, the computer science paper. This year it was like Feb 1st or February 2nd, I don't remember properly. And you'll have ample amount of time to prepare. If you start preparing from now itself, you'll have roughly 7 months from now, if we consider July also. So coming to the strategy, There are, the preparation strategy. There are 3 phases in GATE exam. In preparation, the phase 1 is syllabus completion. So if we count your preparation from July itself, you'll have 5 months till November. The first phase is a very important phase actually. See, so many people, I've seen so many people, even my batchmates also, they'll prepare something like some of the subjects like 60 to 70%, and they'll sit in the GATE exam, and they don't score well. They'll say like, I've prepared all the high weightage subjects, I'll easily score around 60 to 65 marks. It doesn't work like that. The weightage is not at all constant. It keeps changing year to year. I'll give you a best example. Until in 2023 paper, there were only 2 questions from compiler design. So I've also given an attempt in 24. Seeing that, I treated compiler design as a less important subject, and I left that subject. I didn't prepare it in 2024. And surprisingly, in 2024 there were somewhere around 4 to 5 questions from compiler design, which were easy as well. Like, if I had completed compiler design that year, I would have at least solved 4 questions out of those 5, because those were very easy. Afterwards, like after my exam, I've checked, after my completion of compiler design, I've checked the questions. They were like, come on man. So syllabus completion is very important. So in the 7 months, in the remaining 7 months, you should spend the first 5 months for syllabus completion. For that, you have to, if you take any course like Made Easy, Gate Wala, Go classes, there'll be video lectures and assignments for every subject. So take a course, better take a course. I don't recommend self preparation. I'm not saying that self preparation won't work out. It'll be easy if you go with a course. They'll be giving you a plan, a way to study subjects, and a structured assignments, etc., etc. There's no, I don't recommend any course for you. Like, anything is fine. You should check with the reviews and all. I took applied roots course in 24, so that helped me a lot. So coming to the syllabus completion phase, you'll have 5 months with you, and what comes under this phase is, first, when you watch video lectures or when you try to study, if you are self preparing, you should make notes alongside. Whenever you are watching a video, all of the content should be in your notes as well. So next time, whenever you want to study or revise that subject, you need not open the video. Whatever is said in that video should be in your notes. It is very important. Notes is very important. You could do it in your own way, like the way you understand. It need not be a well documented format, side headings, etc., etc. You could do it your way, such that there should be no need of watching the video again, like watching the content of your course again. So that's how you have to make your notes for each and every subject. Please put a separate notes. Don't make it clumsy by putting 2-3 subjects in a single book and going through the subjects and all. Please keep a separate book for each subject, and make it very well. So the second thing is course assignments. So for any course you take, after each video or maybe 2-3 videos, they'll give you assignments like problems based on the previous videos. So that is a must. When you watch lectures and make notes, you'll get the idea of the concept, you'll know the whole concept. And coming to course assignments and PYQs, you'll get to know like how are the problems being asked, the questions, the framing, the way, everything. That's why it is mandatory to solve the course assignments. And coming to PYQs, man, these are very important. PYQs, they make most of the foundation of your preparation, because GATE is an exam which you don't see unique models mostly. Like if you consider some models, questions, some model problems and all, most of them will be repeating. There'll be somewhere 2 to 3 new models in this paper or year. So most of the questions will be repeating. I don't say the exact values. There'll be most repeating questions or problems. So to tackle that, you have to complete PYQs as well. So in the syllabus completion phase, whenever you complete a topic, let me give you an example. In computer networks, there are the subject is divided into 5 layers: physical layer, data link layer, and all that. So for PYQs, I recommend you to buy a book. You could do it in online as well, it is fine, but I have purchased a book for PYQs. Like I feel like doing them in a book. So whenever I completed a concept along with the course assignments, so if I completed physical layer and the assignments as well, immediately after that I solved the PYQs from that topic, so that I'll get a very good idea about the concept and the problems as well. So in syllabus completion, the main 3 points are note making, course assignments, and PYQs. I could not stress enough, but PYQs are very important. This is the first time you solve PYQs. And coming to the next phase of your preparation, like I'll say you the order. This is the order of subjects in which I prepared. I don't say you should follow this order only. This is recommended. In syllabus completion, the main part is, you should go with the easy subjects and the smaller subjects first. And this is my order. This is the order I followed. First is C programming, and the extension is DSA. And next, digital logic design and theory of computation. These both are similar. Theory of computation and compiler design are similar. And the next is database management systems and operating system. Some of the concepts, they'll get repeated in operating systems as well. Something like deadlock prevention, and scheduling algorithms also. No, sorry, scheduling algorithms come in operating system. There will be some colliding concepts in both of them. And the last is computer architecture and computer networks. The reason why I kept these 2 subjects last is because they are lengthy. First time when I prepared for 2024 attempt, I started with computer networks, as in my college the same subject was being taught in that semester. That was the biggest mistake of my preparation back then, because this is a very lengthy subject. It took me almost a month to complete. As I am new to preparation, I didn't pick up the pace too early, so that's why it took me one or 1.5 month, I guess. It ate a hell lot of time, and I had to rush through other subjects coming to the end of completion. So better go with this, or you could fix any order of your wish, but I recommend this for a smooth preparation. Coming to the revision phase, if you complete your syllabus by November end, the whole December you could spend time with your revision. Okay, during revision you have to, you will have 30 days in December, or you could use plus 3 days in January as well. So during revision, for each subject, spend 3 days. So you'll have 3 days for each subject. The first thing in revision is, as I've already said, you should prepare your notes well. So you should first go through your notes again. It could be the second time or it could be third time. It's your wish how you have revised during syllabus completion. If not, it is okay, it's fine. It all depends on you, how well you revise, how frequently you should revise. So the first thing is, you should revise your notes and make note of very important points in a short notes. Short notes is very important on in the last week before your exam. My subject notes, for each subject it was around 100 to 150 pages, so I couldn't go through all of that in the last day, right? So for every subject you should again make a short notes. After revising that subject, you should make a short notes, per each subject 10 sides, around 10 sides. Some subjects even fit in 5 sides as well, 10 sides. You should make very short notes. I recommend you to use 2 to 3 colors while making the short notes, because it helps me remember well, some patterns or some mnemonics, etc., etc. It is up to you how you write your short notes, and I recommend you to use 2 to 3 colors. And once again, the big man here, PYQs. Again, once again, after making your short notes and revising the subject once, you have to solve the PYQs again. Don't ask me why, because they are foundation, they are very important. You will get used to the problem solving if you solve PYQs a lot. So you should solve PYQs again. After solving PYQs, come to topic wise test. Okay, along with the course you will get a test series, or you could take separate test series as well. Good test series in the market are Go Classes, Made Easy. I recommend Go Classes and Made Easy. In Go Classes you'll have topic wise and subject wise test. So let us consider the previous examples here. For each topic, for a physical layer there will be a topic wise test, and data link layer. It all depends upon the course or test series what you take. In a subject there will be somewhere around 3-4 topic tests, or some test series even contain 2. And after topic test there will be a subject test, the test for the whole subject, a bigger test than topic wise. So after completing the PYQs, you should go with topic wise and subject wise tests in your test series. After completing these 3 things, if you still have time in those 3 days, you could go with other materials as well. Like I have bought GATE Bits and Bytes book. They'll contain 30 to 40 questions for each subject, and that will be helpful. It is not mandatory actually. I haven't solved it. I have solved it for 2 subjects, I guess. Other materials are not mandatory. PYQs and test series alone will be enough for your practice with adequate amount of revision. But if you still think something is not sufficient, you could go with other materials, practice tests, workbooks, etc., etc. So coming to phase 3, it is mock tests. Just give me a second. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, just leave it like that. Let's just. Yeah, coming to mock tests, if let us assume the exam is on 1st of February, after your revision phase, you will be left with roughly 1 month. Okay, the first 7 days, like I said you earlier, I took applied roots. Applied roots has topic wise tests, subject wise tests, and mixed subject tests as well. I guess you'll have mixed subject tests in Go class also. I don't know. You might get mixed subject tests as well. If your test series or your course contains mixed subject tests, it is a very important plus point for you. You will get used to the GATE exam. It's like a mini GATE exam. 2 to 3 subjects at a time. You should spend the first 7 days solving mixed subject tests, and the first thing after you complete a test is analyze and what questions went wrong, and you have to rectify those concepts. After that, at least you have to give 10 full tests, mock tests or grand tests, like there'll be many names for that. You should give at least 10 mock tests. I recommend 12 to 15. But if you don't have time for that, at least 10. You should spend the next 15 days giving mock tests. The very big point to remember here is you should give only one mock test a day. So a mock test will be of 3 hours. You should give your mock test, and the first half is giving the mock test, and the second half is analyzing your performance. Where did you go wrong? Why did you go wrong? And how to rectify it. You see, whenever I gave mock tests, I used to classify my mistakes into 3 kinds. Sorry. I used to classify my mistakes into 3 kinds. The first type of mistakes were silly mistakes or calculation mistakes. Sometimes we add in the place of subtraction, or we replace the numbers. Calculate this. The second mistakes were conceptual. These kind of mistakes are like, I've already read the concept, but I went wrong there. Like I didn't think through it properly, and I made a mistake in that concept. And third mistake is, I don't know. Like whenever you encounter a question how you don't know to solve, feel happy for that, because you're learning something new from that. So I used to, after the mock test, I used to classify the mistakes in these 3 ways and rectify it accordingly. So there is no way to rectify your silly mistakes. You should be careful enough from the next test. And conceptual, I used to revise the concept once again, the questions which I made mistake in. And third question, I used to learn the concept, like what is the science behind the question. It's not like how to work the question well. And an important point to remember is, silly mistakes are very dangerous, very much dangerous. I could give a 5-star for this after PYQs, because GATE exam is most of the times GATE exam will be easy to moderate only. 60 to 70% of the questions will be in a easy to moderate level. 60 to 70%. Only 20, somewhere around 20% will be hard questions or lengthy questions. So whenever we come to easy questions or moderate questions, it could be anxiety, it could be the fear of exam, anything. We could make a mistake at one step. If you make mistake at one step in any problem, you'll blow up the whole question. So be careful, be present in the exam, and take care of silly mistakes very well. Let me tell you a story of my exam. In 25, our paper was lengthy. I realized it in the exam itself. I attempted 60 questions. I don't think 60 questions. I attempted 95 marks. And I came out of the exam very confidently that I'll score very well, I'll get a good rank. But after going home, I checked the key. It's that I got 20 silly mistakes. I knew the concept very well, I knew how to solve the problems, but yet it's because of anxiety. I don't know what happened to me at that time. I get headaches in very big exams. It's because of the anxiety. I lost 20 questions. Come on, 20 questions is a very big number. Somewhere around 5 to 6 is okay, but 20 is, I've faced this. So that's why rectifying silly mistakes is very important thing. So how do you rectify silly mistakes? Practice. You should just practice a lot. Practice problems and be present. Presence of mind in exam is very important. So I'm once again saying, please avoid silly mistakes. You could lose a lot of ranks. So yes, coming to the final section of our video, the resources. Once again I'm saying I recommend you to take a paid course, an online course. There are many good courses in the market. Applied Roots. I prepared from Applied Roots. Go Classes. This is not a promotion or something, I'm just saying. Made Easy. These are very good courses for computer science exam, giving computer science. Applied Roots, Go Classes, Made Easy, or you could go with any course of your wish. It is not about the course, it is about how good you prepare, how well you utilize the resources they provide, the videos, the content, and how well you practice. And the second very good resource and very important resource is GFG articles. You see, not all the concepts are easy to understand. Whenever I didn't understand, or whenever I needed a brief documentation of a concept apart from the video, I used to refer the GFG articles for that. Geeks for Geeks, they'll be very helpful in your preparation. Geeks for Geeks articles. And the next resource, as I've already said, PYQ. Please, I recommend you to buy a book for PYQ, because the questions will be in a structured format and you'll find the solutions there itself. Instead of solving PYQs online, you'll get used to the questions in a proper way. And the next thing is test series. Test series plays a very important role in your preparation. Even if you complete your syllabus very well, you should know how to write the exam and how to attempt, and what are the mistakes you are making in an exam. So test series help you to identify and rectify all those mistakes. So if you ask me about very good test series, I'll tell you to go with Go Classes, or maybe Made Easy also. Made Easy is also good. Sorry. Made Easy is also good. You should go with tech series. These all are just enough for your preparation. If at all you feel something is missing, or you feel no, I need to prepare more, you could buy some extra books. Some of my friends bought some workbooks. I don't know the company, the publisher. Workbooks, some reference materials, and they also, somebody bought short notes. They'll sell some books called short notes, where they cover the important points of each subject. It is better to prepare short notes on your own from your big notes, because if you prepare it, you will remember it good enough, and it will be useful, way more useful than that. So there'll be many free YouTube channels as well, like Gate Overflow, Physics Wala, Made Easy. They'll also put some free videos of concepts, and if you want to refer anything, a single concept, or if you want to refer a topic, a part of a subject, or all, you could use those free resources in YouTube. So yes, that's all about GATE exam. GATE is an easy to moderate level exam. If you put enough hard work in that, you'll easily crack it. And if you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments. I'll answer it. Yeah, that's it for now.